Just super proud of this team, and I think the biggest thing that stands out is the rebounding. It was one of our goals to really commit to rebounding offensively and defensively, and we took care of business. And also the composure down the stretch. It's been something that has kind of been a bugaboo for us, and I feel like our team was just so poised, composed, mature down the stretch to be dialed in and locked into our defensive switches and our offensive execution. And we hit free throws at the end, and that's what wins games sometimes.
Or in Missoula, they dominated the paint. What adjustments did you make to kind of, because you said the rebounding was key, what did you guys do to kind of adjust that element of the game?
Yeah, we challenged our post defense. We kind of mixed it up a little bit. We had been fronting, and we just really wanted to work kind of a 3-quarter, not let them just lob it in, and also not just play right behind, because they exposed us a little bit. We also had to have great help side and really make it difficult for them to make those passes in. So like I said, the team was locked in. We watched a ton of film and just made a lot of tweaks, which that's what March is about. You have to make adjustments when you play a team for the third time. You have to kind of counter the adjustments that they're going to make with your actions. So I felt like they were just so locked in and executed pretty superbly down the stretch.
Coach, you make the 8-0 run at the end of the first half, but then even more importantly, you make an 8-0 run at the start of the third quarter there. What do you remember about that?
Yeah, we had a tendency this season to start start a little bit slow out of the gate in the third quarter, and so we challenged them. We reminded them of that at halftime, challenged them, and they came out and executed offensively and defensively for the first 4 or 5 possessions. We always have kind of a goal to make the other coach call a timeout in that first 3 minutes of the second half, and I thought it was close. But, just making sure that we're getting scores and stops and getting multiple possessions, having success back-to-back, and we did that in the third quarter.
Compared to the game in Missoula, what changed on the inside?
Well, I wasn't in foul trouble. So, at first I think I was waiting too long and the double was coming. I've been working through the double the whole season, and then I think the second half I just attacked more.
Lauren, this is the first time NAU's been to the semifinals in 13 years, so being a part of this run, this rebuilding process, what's that been like for you?
It's been super special. I know for this game we just prepared, and like Coach said, we stayed super composed, and we have one goal in mind, and that's to make it to the championship. So.
Coach, when you're trying to fend off a team like Montana has multiple seniors, they're playing for a lot. What's it take to kind of put a team like that away?
Composure and maturity, and that was one of the things. Kind of towards the end of the season, we hit a little dip. We weren't making pretty wide open shots. Like our shooting percentage was down. We were just fouling people. Just out of position defensively, and so we really needed to go back to the fundamentals and really play just solid defense. And I think for our team, even though we're pretty heavy junior and sophomore, they've been in this program, in this system, since we've taken it over. And so this is their 3rd year in a system, and I feel like they really showed their experience and their maturity today.
Lauren, the team had 3 3-pointers in a row to close out the third quarter. When you're hitting like that from 3-point range with your nice inside game, how much difference does it make?
Oh, it makes a huge difference. I think, when we're playing teams and they're hitting threes, it's just like demoralizing, honestly. But when we're hitting threes, we just get into good flow, and then once they start guarding us, we can get it into Kai. So, when we're hitting from all cylinders, we feel unstoppable. So.
You guys had Montana State on the ropes and Boise a couple weeks ago, kind of let it slip away. It's their senior day. Get another shot at them now. So what do you think of playing the top seed in the tournament?
I think it's going to be fun. I'm ready to go out and win.
I have a question. You guys were able to get the bye and not having that Friday game as well last week. It's had a lot of rest and recovery time. How big do you think that was in a really physical game, up-tempo game today?
I think it's important because, our starters play a lot of the minutes, so we need that rest. And I think it was just, it helped us get, back into the flow, just relaxing a little bit, but also staying focused.
Extremely proud of the effort that this group of Lady Griz had out there today. thought we got off to a decent start, and then second quarter was a big turning point for us. I thought we got a little impatient, took some tough shots in the second quarter. Go 3 for 17 and made it tough in that stretch, and then they got it going a little bit second half. Every time we kind of make a run, they'd come down and hit a 3, and they got away from us a little bit. We lost some shooters, and they capitalized on those opportunities and knocked down some big 3s in the second half when it counted. I thought we did a heck of a job climbing back into that. They took it possession by possession and did everything we asked of them. And, we got our top 3-point shooter, a great shot to try to tie it. And unfortunately, it didn't go.
Coach, the guy on the boards today, just talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, they did. They're a good rebounding team. We talked about that being a big focus for us after coming off a tough one at Southern Utah. It was just one of those games we kept talking about offensive rebounding would be great when we're having some misses like this. Somebody to get in there and give us a little putback. That's such a big lift for a team. We just couldn't find them tonight. They're hard to come by, and they hurt us on the boards. A lot of things down around the basket down there that we just didn't quite come up with.
Abby, on that note, when you guys played Missoula, you guys dominated the interior. Did they change anything to kind of help them keep the ball for that element?
Yeah, I think, for me, they sagged off of me when I was up in the high post, and then, it was one-on-one in the post the whole time, and I think we did, for the most part, take advantage of that.
Shannon, your seniors really kept you in this game. You talked about that. All 3 of them played really well. They big shots.
They did. I thought Taylor, the 3 she made in the corner was huge, and then made some tough dribble jumpers on penetration that were the types of shots your seniors take over and do. Emma had some great shots in there as well, and like I said, she's been leading us from 3. I thought that was a great shot for her in her favorite spot. And Kenzie does what Kenzie does. When it's tight and it's tough, she goes in there and just plants and goes up and has one of the most beautiful dribble jumpers I've ever been around. They all 3 obviously wanted this thing, and we knew where we wanted to go together as a group, and they may not have been able to accomplish what some other Lady Griz teams have, but they are champions to me and champions in my heart.
Coach, it was 50-49 for about 4 or 5 possessions. Did you feel if you could just get the lead, you might be able to run with it a little bit?
Well, we're really trying to take it possession by possession down the stretch. Just because we had that stretch of struggling for a while, and they were changing D, which I didn't think really bothered us that much. But we took a few shots I thought were a little bit out of character for us. But all in all, it was tough to get any rebound putbacks. There's some easy ones, and then we kept battling. But that second quarter shooting hurt us a little bit, and overall, we just 37% for the game isn't necessarily what you're hoping to. You got to get somebody to get a hot hand a little bit. And it was our bench kind of had a tough time coming in and giving us much off the bench today. We were searching for somebody to have that spark.
McKenzie, you turned it around. You had a winning season for your senior year. Are you proud of the way it went? Are you disappointed? What are your thoughts?
Obviously right now I'm disappointed just after that, but we had a big turnaround from the past seasons, and it's going to take time, but to be proud of that, what we accomplished this year as a team together, and just how far we've come since I've been freshman.
Shannon, late in the third quarter there, with like a minute left, you called a timeout, and it really seemed to be effective. You went on a 6-0 run there. Could you just talk about that instance?
Yeah, well, we switched from zone to man then. They were just pretty much getting anything they wanted on the perimeter, and we had some, people losing shooters, whatnot. We changed up a little bit, and the girls got after it, and we had a little spark there, and Kenzie came in the huddle and was like, let's get this thing going, and our seniors were instrumental in that drive, and they believe in this team, and that sparked us a little bit and got us going in the right direction.
Kenzie, what did you feel was the difference today?
I think they came out ready to compete, and I think we did as well. Last year, it was easy to talk about the rebounding and things like that, but this year it was, I think, two good teams just competing, and they ended up on top. But we definitely, going back to watch it, there'll be things that you'll be upset about or regret. But during the game, I felt like we were competing well, and we stuck to the game plan, and we were doing what we were supposed to.
Shannon, this group of seniors, right as you're getting your head coaching start, we're all just getting started with their college basketball careers. And how special is this group knowing you were all getting started together?
They've been really special to me because they've been extremely supportive through some tough times. I mean, not just starting as a head coach, but the injuries we had to such key players and good friends of theirs, and they kept me going. Anytime something like that happened, I'd get a text from them or a message from them encouraging me to, we're going to get through this, we're going to do this together, and just an incredible group of young ladies to be around.
Coach, I'm sure the fans, they want to know why we should be optimistic about next season now with losing 3 seniors like that.
Well, I thought we showed some really bright spots. Abby, over here, this tall drink of water. What she did this season, a lot of people thought, oh, this is such a big surprise. We've seen what Abby can do, and she's just got, the sky's the limit for her. I mean, she's going to be ranked in the Big Sky in blocks, in the country in blocks. I'm positive of it the next couple of years. She's become a heck of a little scorer on top of being an unbelievable defender, coming off a game where she had 7 to 9 blocks. She's just got a lot of positive things. We got Sophie Stiles, Jamie Pickens, lots of good kids back, Gabby and Maddie, and lots of good kids. We're losing one hell of a player in this point guard here, but I like what we have come back.
Yeah, do you feel like you're on the cusp of really getting it going again?
Well, without a doubt. I mean, every year you think, how are you ever going to replace these kids? Everybody goes through that. You lose these kids that have been a part of what you do, and somebody always seems to step into that role, and when they get that chance, they make the most of it. And that's kind of what coaching is about. Is every year it's a new puzzle, and people step into those pieces, and I think we have some great kids coming up to do that.
McKenzie, when the game is so close there at the end, and then the buzzer goes and stuff, like what was that like for you when you finally heard the buzzer there?
Honestly, I didn't feel like it was real. Once I heard it, it was kind of a shock that your season's done when you hear it. I don't know, going into that, I had all the confidence. It was a great play. We drew up and we had an open shot. But yeah, my heart dropped for sure and just wasn't ready to be done.
What's probably been the most special part of your Lady Griz career that you'll look back on in a couple of years down the road?
I just think how much I've grown since being here, and with Shannon as well. We've grown together, and just what we've been able to do. Like our freshman year wasn't very good at all, but we stayed positive. We just kept looking for the future, and we just kept getting better every year. And I think that's something to be proud of, because not a lot of teams keep growing like that. So